When we move from our rotational spots on the court back to receiving the serve, we go to very specific spots in order to get our passers to pass, our setter as close to target as possible, and our hitters in a good place to transition into their attack. The rules here are simple, but most athletes simply memorize their serve-receive positions instead of understanding the overlap rules. Let's start in rotation 1. In rotation 1, the setter is in zone 1. Their opposite, the right side, is in zone 4, the middles in 6 and 3, and the outsides in 5 and 2. This is a common starting position because it gives us 3 attackers in the front row for a longer period of time. The placement of the positions alongside each other rarely changes because this setup gives balance to all positions in the front and back row at any given point. So here are the rules. The players in the corners can never go on the other side of the person directly vertical or horizontal to them. The players in the middle can't go in front of either player horizontal to them or the player directly vertical to them. So with these rules in play, let's start in rotation 1. We want the libero and outsides to pass. We want the setter as close to the target as possible, and we want our hitters in a solid place to approach. If the zone 1 passer isn't passing well, or our right side hitter is a solid passer, we can move the zone 1 passer up to the net so our setter has a smaller distance to run and the attacker can focus on attacking. When the setter is in zone 6, we call this rotation 2. Here, we want our libero and outsides to pass. We want our setter as close to the target as possible. And, again, we want our hitters in a solid place to approach. Few adjustments are made in this rotation because of the location of the personnel. When the setter's in zone 5, we call this rotation 3. The big thing here is getting the setter to push to the edge of the L of limitation. Make sure to go as far as possible to shorten the distance to target. If we're struggling, we can add the right side to the passing lanes and the front row outside can move up. When the setter is in zone 4, we call this rotation 4. When the setter is in zone 3, we call this rotation 5. Again, in this rotation, we can drop the right side into pass if we have a struggling outside. When the setter is in zone 2, we call this rotation 6. Again, in this rotation, we can drop the right side into pass if we have a struggling outside. These rotations were for a 5-1. If you're running a 6-2, the alignment and serve receive would be the same for rotations 4 through 6 as it is for rotations 1 through 3. So we have rotation 1, rotation 2, rotation 3, rotation 4, rotation 5, and rotation 6.